I see the chat as being the chat. Welcome everybody to the stream. I already see some people already in here. JJ, welcome. Pat Grind, 30 seconds late. Game's gone. Leave the YouTube before the YouTube leaves you. It can't go on like this. But YouTube has not left me. Trust me, it has not left me. I have my headphones in case we have any guests that want to come in and talk. I sent out a couple of links. So yeah, we're here. We're here to talk about Obed Vargas. He's going to Atlético Madrid and kind of talking about some of the details behind it, the information that we know of so far. What does this mean for the Sounders? Who is replacing him? Kind of everything about this whole transfer, giving my thoughts on it and everything in between. First and foremost, though, before we get started, everybody, drop a like on the stream in honor of Obed going to Atletico, making a fantastic choice. Obviously, this was inevitable, like some Thanos type stuff. It was inevitable. It was going to happen. At least it was a good transfer. So that's the biggest positive. And for that, everyone drop a like. Drop a like on the stream. It's been a while since we last streamed. I mean, this might be one of our biggest streams in the off season because we're not buying anybody. So this departure is going to probably be the biggest stream during the off season. So let me see. How do I pin this link? Do I just click the star on it? Oh, okay. Did that work? Let's see. I don't know. Don't worry, Hassani Dotson. We'll get into all of that. Vamos Sounders. Okay. So let's first talk about the transfer. So Obed Vargas, here we go. Sorry, I'm still reading your guys' stuff. I'm gonna have to ignore you guys for a second. All right, let's get started with this. Obed Vargas joining Atletico Madrid. Here we go by Fabrizio Romano. Some details that were left out by Fabrizio that wasn't spoken about is all he talks about is that the deal is done and that verbally the Sounders will get a heavy release clause on him. For all of you that don't understand what a release clause is, so to use a good example, let's use Alphonso Davies. Or no, actually, I think Brendan Aronson's a good example. If you guys remember him, used to play for the Philadelphia Union, now plays for Leeds United. So when Brendan Aronson went to Salzburg in Austria, he was sold. That was initial sell from the Union to Salzburg. And then Philadelphia added a sell on clause. So whenever he got sold anywhere else beyond that point, they make a percentage of that sale. So then when he went, I believe from Salzburg, I want to say he went to the Bundesliga, then to the Premier League, or maybe he went to Leeds. I can't remember. When he made that move to Leeds, Philadelphia made a percentage of that sale. So that is what a sell-on clause is. What I've been hearing, I don't think it's been confirmed yet. It's around 20 to 30%, which is good. That's a hefty sell-on clause. So let's say Obed leaves Atletico selling for 50 million to what's a club? Let's say Juventus. He gets sold to Juventus for 50 mil. We make 20 to 30% of that whenever that exact number comes out. So sell on clause wise, good. It has been confirmed the Sounders only sold Obed for is it 3 million euros or $3 million? Can anyone confirm this in the chat? This might be you, JJ. But yeah, so it's $3 million, 3 million euros. Okay, $3 million. There you go. And so that's kind of the big L. But for context on why we only sold him for $3 million, because we had no leverage, basically. And why do I say we have no leverage? Was because Obed would leave on a free at the end of next season. And with no leverage meant we could not really negotiate too much of a high contract. I mean, a high transfer fee. And thus we ended up to 3 mil, which is the most we can convert into GAM to be used during this offseason and or the summer transfer window. We kind of screwed ourselves there, but we're now basically banking on hopefully Obed, things pan out with him at Atletico and he makes even bigger steps in his career. So that's basically the gist of that. The little backstory with Obed and Atletico. He's a big Atletico fan. He's been a fan since he was a kid. And yeah, that ended up being the club he joins. I do definitely think he fits that Simeone style haram ball midfielder. I think he reminds me a lot of Rodrigo de Paul. Maybe not as aggressive, for example, but a destroyer, a guy that, can control the midfield. And so, yeah, I think he fits that. The next parts of the reports that I've been reading, I have the other one I have a tab up for it. I can put it up for you guys anyway. Oh my god, dude. Oh, smokes. Give me 1 minute, team. Don't know why this went on to a new tab, but I can just quickly share this. Mateo Moreto, who's again a very big dude. This is the crazy part about today was literally every single big journalist, Ben Jacobs, Fabrizio, Merlo, Mateo, all were posting about Obed today. It was crazy. The Obed Vargas pandemonium. My brain was circling on how crazy today was. So on top of the 3 million being confirmed, the other confirmation we have is that Obed is going to sign with Atletico till 2030. So that's roughly about a 4-year contract, and he will be getting loaned out. That is like indefinite. And so he'll be getting loaned out to another European club, or he will stay. It's still kind of up in the air, so it's either he's going to get loaned. I don't think he's coming. From everything I'm seeing, I don't think he's coming back to Seattle. Like he'll be loaned till the summer. The reason why it was pretty obvious that was not going to be the case is for Obed, we have to think about, guys. He made this move. He was pushing for this move for over a year now. He knows the World Cup is coming up. He has a golden opportunity to be a key piece, possibly in Mexico. Yes, Pack Ryan, we only sold him for 3 mil. That is correct. So yes, I'll leave this up for everyone. Yes, we only sold him for 3 mil. It was, excuse me. It's a big World Cup for Mexico, and he wants to be on that plane and possibly at least play a role in that, in the squad. So he had to make a push to Europe. He had to make a bigger move because realistically, he was in the outside looking in playing for Seattle. I don't care what anybody says. That is factual. That I don't care what any reporter from Seattle says. Oh, no, he's still got a good shot if he's still playing. No, he does not. He's below the Liga MX players, and he's below, obviously, the players that play in Europe. So he gives himself a huge leapfrog if he goes to Europe. So he was pushing for this move. He wanted to make this move happen. There was offers last summer. The Sounders kept declining him. He agreed personal terms. And again, that seems like that was the whole weight. When we look at Fabrizio's tweet, when he broke the news, the biggest thing that like the personal terms were agreed. Fabrizio, that was his prior tweet to this one, saying personal terms were agreed. From everyone I spoke to, said personal terms were agreed every single time. It's just the Sounders who are kind of getting held up, how much they're going to get. Are they going to get how much of a sell-on clause they're going to get? So it was mainly just the club, the Sounders, us, that the big hang-up was for. So yeah, that's pretty much all the details. It makes sense. We weren't going to get that much for him. We kind of missed our opportunity. We wanted to roll the dice with playing him next year to just get knocked down the first round of Minnesota. That's just how it is. The Craig Weibel masterclass. But hey, guys, water is wet. What is new? So we got 3 mil for him. We got a fairly chunky sell-on clause. That's heavily reliant upon how Obed progresses in his career, how Atletico treat him, and things like that. So he's off to Atletico. He's most likely just going to get loaned to another team in Europe. I think JJ brought it up. The loan is to Spain or Portugal. Fair enough. And yeah, and then he's in Europe. He's pretty much increased his shot to playing for Mexico at this World Cup, and I think that was his end goal. He was not going to stay with us. I think desperately was pushing for this move since last year, and he's finally got it. Now, when we talk about replacements, someone already put in the comments talking about replacements. Don't worry, we got Hassani Dotson. So now people have been asking, okay, who's Obed's replacement? It is Nicolas or Nikolic. I forgot what his first name was. The Serbian guy we got on loan from Charlotte, and Hassani Dotson. We mustn't forget as well, we did lose Danny Leyva. We did also lose João Paulo. So our we only had 2 replacements for 3 lost midfielders. That's Dotson, and as Brian Schmetzer keeps calling him in, his press conferences, the Serb, the Serbian. So, yeah, that's currently Nikola Pekovic. So we have Petkovic and Dotson. Those are our 2 midfielders. Yeah, huge downgrade for us, huge downgrade for us. I mean, we did that was the last stream we did was when we talked about the very loose Berghuis rumor that came out from the Netherlands and us signing, Petkovic. Yeah, so that's Obed's replacements, all in all, for Obed. Talking about I think there's a few ways we can look at this whole Obed situation and with my thoughts on it. For Obed, this was a great move. He wanted to go to Europe. His goal is to be a part of Mexico at this upcoming World Cup. Him going to Atletico really skyrockets him in the pecking order, especially if he gets like he doesn't have to be an out and out starter, but gets good minutes with Atletico. Comes off the bench frequently, maybe gets a start here or there. He really shoots himself up to start with Edson Alvarez if they play a devil pivot in the midfield. I think he shoots himself up completely for that. Atletico, I know some people are saying, "Oh, I don't know. This might be too big of a jump for him and this and that." I don't really see a problem with it. As I said when we started the stream, I think he's a good fit for Atletico. I think he's a great fit for Simeone's system. They were looking for a midfielder. They went and got Obed for a cheap, low risk, high reward. They basically just won the whole Mexican fan base again. When Ache was there, now they got Obed. So I think for Obed, it's a great move. For the Sounders, though, so for us, because at this point, now that Obed's gone. Like, goodbye, miss ya, all that stuff. But I'm talking Sounders because I'm not an Atletico fan. They're my favorite club in Spain, though, but I'm not a ride or die or anything like that. They just have a special place in my heart because Fernando Torres is one of my favorite players, and he's a legend for them. Poppy Lover, I brought it up at the start of the stream. It's gonna be between 20 to 30%. No confirmed number yet, but it's gonna be ranging somewhere around there. For Sounders, though, yeah, it's unfortunate how this kind of panned out for us. We only get 3 mil for him, which in the short term is really bad. Obviously, as I said, the sell-on clause, I think that was the biggest positive from all of this. But again, it's heavily reliant on what happens in the future. Obed's contract is still 2030, like I said. Maybe he stays the whole duration. Who knows? So that's kind of it's like we don't get the money we were hoping to get that we've been waiting for over a year now. We don't get it. That's Craig Weibel being Craig Weibel, man. I think that's hugely disappointing. Granted, could have been significantly worse when we let him go on a free, but I think Obed wouldn't have been happy with that because again, the whole objective for him is to make that move before the World Cup. If he didn't get that before then, that would have sucked. So that's my take on this thing. I think yes, you could have the perspective of it's going to be tough for Obed to start, but this could be a good thing for Obed. Him making a huge jump to Atletico, it's not a bad thing. Yet it's going to be tougher. That means he's just going to have to work harder. But again, I think he fits the system. I think he fits the mold of what Atletico want. He's also really young. And it seems like they obviously made this thing is like, dude, even before even signing, Obed has been on Atletico's Instagram. They literally have a whole collab post when he met Griezmann and all that. So it's like it was kind of like written in the stars. And I think Atletico Madrid fans already love him. They already know the backstory. They saw that post. They saw the social media work when we played him in the Club World Cup. So I don't know, man. I think this is a match made in heaven. Like, I don't know. All the puzzle pieces fit very well for me. Yes, will it be tough? Yes, I agree with you 100%. It's going to be tough. But compared to the other midfielders Mexico have, him going to Atletico really shoots him up in the pecking order. Again, he doesn't have to be an out-and-out starter. But as long as he gets minutes, he's a part of the project. The thing is, even for the fact he gets to train with those crop of players with that high level of competition, still will even put him above playing for the Sounders on a consistent basis. Because when you train at that level consistently, it changes you as a player. It makes you change your mindset, the way you play, the way you train. It ups your level, even just from there. That's a baseline thing. Then imagine when he plays, he gets minutes, he builds chemistry, he gets to that level, he understands his team, he understands his system. All these things add up. So, yeah, of course it's Taco Kid. We should have sold him after Club World Cup. That's when his stock was at the absolute peak. But again, I'm no insider, I'm no reporter. I'm no person from Sounder at heart, blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to tell you from a dude to another dude, the reason we did not do that was because Craig Weibel thought ride or die. You know what? We're going all in. We're going to go in and try to win MLS Cup. We can do it with Obed. He gives us a higher chance of doing that, which he's right, but it's not a calculated decision because realistically with the squad we had, we were not MLS Cup favorites. We weren't. And the fact that you're willing to risk, let's say, let's go on the low end, 6 to 10 mil. Let's just say 6 to 8 mil. So double to maybe 2.5 times the amount we got for us to get knocked out against Minnesota. Craig Weibel's track record is not good when it comes to keen decision making. He just wanted a ride or die it. That was all of Craig Weibel's thought process. And especially if he tried to even keep him this year to let him leave on a free. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna go all in, keep Obed because he gives us yes, of course, Obed gives us a great chance to win trophies. But you have to think about this in a long term. How can we also replenish the team, the club? In the end, we kind of were stuck in this little middle area where we got some money from him. He got his move in the end. But we could have, yes, cashed out more from him. And, of course, this is the other side of the coin. Chupa Loop says it. Doesn't matter how much money we got. We're not signing anybody. And I think that's the slightly upsetting part. It didn't really matter how much we got. We weren't gonna buy anybody. So that was that's the painful part. Someone made a funny comment saying Atletico should give us Griezmann. I was thinking the same thing. In return, you know what? And the positive thing is healthy relationship with Atletico where we sell Obed. We have people to talk to and communicate with when that time comes when Griezmann wants to come to MLS. We could be one of the first points of contact. Be like, hey, you remember your friend Obed? You played here in the Club World Cup. It was a lot great fan base. We loved you here, Griezmann, XYZ. We could go for it. But that depends if we want to be an ambitious club. But this can steer us in the right direction for something like that. So that was my point. I think that this move he'll 100% start in the national team, especially with the next two friendlies Mexico did bad. Yes, I 100% agree. It's crazy how much, dude, the reporters, the way people were talking about this, how much coverage Obed got. I mean, I think JJ double check this for me. Uh he gained over like 10,000 followers just from the rumors alone talking about this transfer happening. He literally gained so many followers because so many people were talking about it. Like, that's crazy. Ben Jacobs, Fabrizio, like, that's insane. The coverage on it, it exploded. And even pre to that, I mean, we saw Cesar Merlot talking about how this transfer was imminent. Some people wanted to discredit that. Obviously, that wasn't the case. It happened in the next week, like Merlot said. It was an imminent move. Even though people wanted to, it was funny because I remember when Sounders released their preseason squad roster, which I didn't know that was a thing, but like players that were with the squad that are in with the squad in Spain and Portugal and stuff, they were like, "Oh, I see Obed. He's for sure not going to leave now," and things like that. I was like, "No, that's not how this works, people." Uh, Next thing, it's Taco Kid says, before I answer it, actually, everybody, if you haven't already, shout out to everybody that's here. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. This is the channel for fan content, just like you and me. Just homies hanging out, homies being homies. You guys want to subscribe, drop a like. Let's get this stream to over 50 likes in honor of Obed heading to Atletico Madrid. You know what? Actually, right next to me is, oh wow, that's a funny coincidence. This is the Obed's jersey he gave me from the Portland Sounders match last season. This is his match worn signed jersey. And now I have an Atletico Madrid players match worn shirt. Crazy to think how these things turned out. It's right next to me. You'll see why I have this actually out and right next to me, but normally I don't. But yeah, Obed's shirts right here. Signed to me. Dad's a big fan of the channel. Shout out to his dad, Mr. Vargas. He's a really nice guy. But yeah, everyone drop a like and things like that. But let's get back to It's Taco Kids comment. Our team for next season isn't looking good. We haven't improved the squad. It's just got worse, and we don't even know how Pedro will look when he comes back from injury. Yeah, I mean this pretty much excuse me, sums it up really well. Let me quickly drink some water. Give me one sec. Exactly that. In regards to the sake for the Sounders, the squad is looking concerning. Our signings were very below par, and you know what the worst part is of all of this is? We didn't sign a freaking striker. We didn't sign a single attacker. We only re-signed Paul Rothrock. That was our only offensive move. Like, how when it's obviously we scored a lot more goals, but it's so evident that we need like a lethal killer, be it like a really top tier winger or like a top class striker. And we still haven't addressed that like 3 years later when it's so evident to all of us. How many times are we gonna keep riding this? Oh, we're gonna give it one more go. Oh, we're gonna give this another go with Rusnak Morris. Like, dude, the Rusnak Morris combo, if we want to call it that, it's been going on for 2 years, and we have nothing to show for it. And I know everyone's gonna say, and maybe even when this becomes a video after the stream, oh, but we won Leagues Cup. Morris and Rusnak weren't even a part of that. Rusnak got hurt after game 3, halfway through game 3. Morris didn't play the whole Leagues Cup. It's just crazy to me. Yeah, it is concerning. A little teaser for everybody. I do have a video planned. I have 2 videos planned till the season starts. Granted, I don't know how much I'm gonna do in regards to content throughout the season. 2 guaranteed videos planned. One of them is my Sounders jersey collection, which I might record tonight or tomorrow morning when there's some daylight, but honestly, maybe it's not a big deal even if there is or isn't. And a season preview with everyone's favorite Avengers cast in Favi and Will. We're going to do a season preview. So, yeah, I guess we'll talk more about it and as well get outsiders' perspective on it. And we all know Will is as harsh as nails when it comes to talking about us, which I really like. I think it makes the conversation a lot more fun. Other teams are seriously looking at Lewandowski while we keep signing Tacoma Defiance players. It's not even just that. Uh, Dude, I don't know. I want to quickly talk to you guys about this. Timo Werner signing for San Jose is crazy to me. Like, I think that's such a cool signing. I also think obviously things have kind of nosedived since he's left Chelsea, but he's still a good player. And I think he has a lot of similar traits to Buonga. He's kind of a winger, kind of a striker, is very fast, can be good with his feet. He reminds me a lot of Dennis Buonga. So, like, I don't know. I think to add to this comment, it's kind of sad when the San Jose Earthquakes are buying, our more ambitious club than we are now. So I reckon Musovski breaks out this year. I think we saw Musovski's breakout last year. I think that last year was the definition of the Danny Musovski breakout year. Yeah, I canceled mine as well 2 years ago. I think 2024 was my last official year as a season ticket holder. And the worst part is when I canceled, after over 10 years of being a season ticket member, 11 years, all it was just an email, Hallmark line. Thanks for being with us for all that time." That was it. I was like, "Dude, that's so cheap." We've been season ticket holders for 11 years, over a decade we're talking about here, and all we get is just a thanks email. That's it. Very brief. I was like, "Ah, it kinda rubbed me the wrong way a little bit." We are another first round exit. We are another first round exit the way our squad is looking right now. Some might even say maybe not even playoff contenders, but uh I think because of how, sorry for the slight brain fart. I was reading something. Because of how weak our conference is, I think we would still make the playoffs. But if we were in the East, guys, oof, that is a whole different story. We are wallahi cooked, wallahi finished. We are our Pep Guardiola on all fours meme type finish if we were in the East. Yeah. Cobb. Gatekeeping journalism is another side story here. Good to see RGTV reporting accurately. Why is there weird animosity? Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. I just worry about myself and they worry a lot about me. I don't understand how this club is broke. We win so many trophies over the years. The business ideology is so bad. I think it is just that. The ideology. The ideology is what's bad. The ambition is bad because, as I said, San Jose's out and getting Timo Werner. It's not like we don't have money. We just don't have the ambition. And I think it comes from a variety of factors from ownership to GM to coach. Ownership doesn't necessarily want to put money in. GM is not pressing the ownership about that. And then coach is not pressing GM for higher level signings. What worked so well during the Lagerway era was Lagerway handled signings, gave the team to Brian. So like kind of like Moneyball. I make the team for you, you do what you have to do. A lot more sway than we think when it comes to signings. And he's not pressing Craig or ownership being like, "Hey, we need like other players. We need a high-end striker," but he's cool with the likes of a Rusnak, a Morris, the Seattle boys. Like he's cool with that shit. So it's like it's a whole faceted level. We're not broke. We have money. Don't let that be a facade. So we're gonna be the most dead team attack wise. Della Vega and Georgie are only fun players. Yeah, if Georgie stays, that's the only hint I'll give you guys. If Georgie stays, we will see. Because if he doesn't get more minutes, homeboy's definitely not going to stay. I can tell you that with my heart on my sleeve. He's not staying if he doesn't get more minutes. Uh, De Rosario isn't that good on his runs. Moose will be our main guy next year. You know what the funny part is, Charles? You would think Musovsky, after the year he had, would be our main guy, but he's not. See, this is also part of you talk about the ideology. This is the thing I don't like. We don't reward players based on merit. More, I mean, and granted, the hard part is Morris is your second highest paid player on the team, so you kind of have to start him. But Musovsky deserves to be the starter after everything he did last year. He destroyed Morris's best single season record with 15 less games played. He deserves to be our starter this year. But the thing is in years past, sorry, let me drink water again. My throat is really dry. In years past, a guy like Musovsky is like a Chad Barrett type player where he would be a backup. Like Chad Barrett scored what? Like his best year is maybe like 10-ish goals, which is like what, 6, 7 shy of Musovsky and Morris's best years. But we didn't like make him an out and out starter. We stuck to having, pecking order uh when it came to players. So yeah. We will most likely end up trophyless in balance of the first round in Leagues Cup and the playoffs. One thing I'm a little scared about is how Champions League will go because the Whitecaps look legit, and they are the first round opponents for us. And on top of that, we're playing in freaking Spokane. I think Champions League will be a good indicator of that. Because, okay, for example, let's look at Miami. They went out and won MLS Cup, and their owner's like, "And I don't know, that's just the beginning." Look at the way they've been spending their money. I think some of the most childish behaviors, people saying, "Oh, Miami cheats," or "Oh, Miami does this." Miami's using the exact same tools every team in MLS has. They are just using it to the full throttle. They are being ambitious. Don't complain because they are being successful. They are buying players. Every team can buy players. Every team can shell out cash. That is up to you as a club. And all because Miami is using all the facets of options they have and can use. Can't get mad at them, call them cheaters. Dumbest thing I've ever heard. We aren't broke. We just rather keep players like Rusnak and Morris instead of taking a risk and spending money on new DPs. There you go. It's another one. Dude, it's Taco Kid. There's been a million DPs that have come into the league that would have been good profiles for us. And they've gone to other teams. They've made other transfers. Lewandowski would actually be a great profile for us, but the Chicago Fire of all teams is actually being ambitious and are the ones heavily linked to him. How is it we're in the big 2026 and Chicago Fire are linked to Lewandowski, San Jose signing Timo Werner, and then here we are. Our biggest news is we sold Obed Vargas for 3 mil, which shout out to Obed. All in all for Obed, this whole transfer saga was great for him. He's the winner here. I don't care what anybody says. He is the absolute winner. The only positive for us is we sold him at least for some money than no money. The negative here for us is we didn't get the money we probably should have and could have gotten for him, and our replacements for him are poo-poo. They're mid. Okay, let's say mid. I don't want to say poo-poo, but, mid to poo-poo. We lost 3 midfielders, Leyva, João Paulo, and Vargas. The replacements is Petkovic and Hassani Dotson. We aren't asking Sounders to sign Messi, but you're telling us we can't. But they're telling us we could sign a player like Betarame, or we couldn't sign a player like Betarame. Yeah, no. Fans and other people are gonna wanna tell you, "Oh, no," and gaslight you into thinking, "No, no, no," like, they blow it out of proportion. "Oh, we're not a club that can sign Messi's and Suarez. We aren't that team." And you know what's crazy is we signed Dempsey. Everyone forgets about that. At that time in MLS, signing Dempsey was that was the Messi-like move, but people wanna keep making up the excuses, "Oh, but we're not that type of club." We're not saying to go throw out some stupid money and go buy Benteke or some shit, or go buy, I don't know, go buy Giroud now. Like, come on, man. Like, we're talking about making smart moves like that other teams have been doing. San Jose getting Werner, Inter Miami getting Betarame. Like, come on, man. Don't gaslight people into thinking that's a bad thing or saying, "Oh, you're not a true fan if you think that we're not the Miamis, we're not the LAFCs." Dude, we were the Miamis and LAFCs before they even came into the league. We signed the Dempseys, the Obas, the Laderos, the Rui Diazes. Those were those type of players. Those were the Bales, the Velas, the Messis, the Suarezes of that era in MLS. You're shitting me here. Come on now. We can go out and sign a Danke. We can go out and sign an Evander. We just don't want to. Just like you said, just like it's Taco Kid said, we just don't want to. And also the other part that sucks about Obed leaving is it's another exciting player. Obed was one of the few players that gave me the will to live and watch this team. And that sucks that he's gone, but rightfully so, though. I felt like we were definitely shackling him from this move over the summer, which everyone can agree we should have done. Other sad part is Obed's last game was missing that penalty against Minnesota, which I don't think like it really matters at the end of the day, but that is kind of sad to think about. In that video, that transfer target video I talked about with you guys, I suggested a player that plays for the Ivory Coast was in AFCON and played. I think he played in Liga, Diakite. Yes, that's a random African Donnie. Dude, I would argue the Sounders only have one player that I find exciting, and that's Georgie. And again, will he stay though? because I know for a fact if he doesn't get much minutes, he's definitely he's leaving. Super fed up with the situation right now. The people who say we ain't that type of club doesn't even know how the world of football works and called themselves journalists. Yeah, I know. I know, man. Oh god, we aren't that type of club. Oh, go kick rocks, bro. Oh, we've never been that ambitious. Stop, bro. Stop. I mean, you just don't know the game. Ah, but yeah, super duper sad. Yeah, that's another one. Toronto most I think it's gonna be like it's inevitable that Josh Sargent will go to Toronto because he's basically having to force out a move. How do we make that move? I mean, realistically, we could swoop in and go for that Sargent move. The problem and the biggest, like, absolute, grammar, nilly-willy, auntie type vibe is, "Oh, well, sorry to be that guy, but we don't have any open DP spots." Yes, we know that, but we could always terminate a DP deal. Yeah, it costs us some money, but we can always do that. What do? We terminate a DP spot. You guys can decide which one you want. I already know the 2 I would do. Do you think, Jesus will be the informed player for the Sounders at the start of the new season since he scored 2 goals versus no? I saw the 2 goals. Second goal was really nice. First goal, just a throwaway free kick. I mean, the wall wasn't set. The goalkeeper's he literally just passed it into the goal. Don't let what happens in preseason. I never look into preseason too much unless your team's lost every single preseason game. Well, maybe you should look into that. But I mean, this preseason's identical to our preseason 2023, was it? For when we prepared for Club World Cup, the first one. It's identical to that. Yeah, we aren't that type of club, but in the 2010s, we signed Boca Juniors camp. I know. Trust me, I'm obviously talking about certain people in the sphere that want to gaslight people into thinking otherwise, but I'm the negative guy apparently. If we generally can't find a striker, then our scouting is just bad. Like, there's no way in all of Europe or South America, or even let's add Asia, we can't find a cheap young striker. No, our club's just being lazy. Craig is being lazy. The club is being lazy. It's because the club, I mean, it's Taco Kid, Vamos Sounders, JJ, especially it's Taco Kid. He's been subbed to my personal channel before this channel even existed. We have been sitting on our laurels and fans keep coming back. And the club knows this. Fans will keep coming back. This is the biggest thing I'm curious about. The first opening game of the season at Lumen Field. What attendance is gonna look like? That is what I'm gonna look at. But the club is keeps resting on their laurels. Oh yeah, no, we won this cup, that cup. Well, we have Ladero, we have Rui Diaz. Oh, we still have Morris. He's a hometown kid. Gets old after 10 years of hearing that shit. And they just keep like, "Oh, we know fans will come back. We have the fan base." Oh, now the Mariners are getting a lot better. The Seahawks are making finals now. We don't have a roster that can compete like how Miami, San Jose, Cincinnati, Charlotte. Like, come on, man. A lot of these clubs are brand new. And some of these clubs are the clubs that we would like say would get the wooden spoon, like Cincinnati. But Sounders like, "Oh, we know fans will keep coming back. They'll keep buying jerseys." I mean, think about it. Uh, what was I gonna say? Oh, God, I lost my train of thought because I was reading a text from somebody. God damn, I need to put this on do not disturb. But yeah, I mean, we're just resting on our laurels. They know fans will come back. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, think about it. Jordan Morris, for some reason, every year is like in the top 10 to 15 for jersey sales. I'm a little shocked on how that keeps happening, but that's just because we don't really sign anyone new, and he's kind of the go-to guy. The club knows they'll still sell jerseys. They know fans will still at least attend the game. So it's like, I don't think it's like we need to throw your toys out. And like, I remember Will was talking about like a LA Galaxy style protest. I mean, I don't think that's the case, but as fans, we just have to be real about it. And I think it comes from the people from the outside in, like people like me our other friendly, the other people, the reporters. I'm not classifying myself as one because I am not one, nor do I want to be one. I'm just a guy that shares information, likes talking to you guys about it. And it comes from them too. They have to add that outside pressure. They have the most connections with the club. They're the one. I mean, think I don't have any connections with the club. I don't have any credentials. They wouldn't offer me. I mean, they did offer me credentials. I declined credentials, but they don't want me to attend these type of things anyway. They actually have access to the club. They get their information from the club. If they start saying something, yeah, maybe that triggers something. But yeah. How much money did Seattle get from this? 3,000,000, Floody, 3,000,000. An interesting tweet we can bring up is I think we are 8th or ninth. MLS Moves posted this. Shout out to Will. Okay, let me put this up. Here we go. Okay, we'll just use the money emoji because that makes the most sense. Okay, you guys all see this? We are ninth when it comes to GAM available to be used in 2026. We are ninth. So obviously we have a lot of GAM. What? Tack on 3 more mil. I think technically we're number 1 now because of the Obed money. But we're not gonna use it. We have no roster flexibility outside of a U-22 spot. So, unless we wanna make some harsh cuts, the only option is a U-22, but even then, doesn't look like it. If I were Brian, I would play Georgie at striker. He's got that killer instinct. Georgie did actually play for striker for us. If you guys remember that game against San Diego away where we lost 3-0 earlier in the season, George even told me himself he doesn't want to play striker. He feels very like uncomfortable in our system in that position. So I wouldn't say so, no. I don't know why we're so scared to let go of Rusnak or Morris. We literally played our best soccer without the both of them on the field. Tell me water is wet. I hate saying that. I bet you guys hate when I use that term. That could be like a quote we start using in the chat, guys. Water is wet. Shine on. But like excuses like, have you looked at the U-22s in the league? Most of them haven't worked out, so we shouldn't sign one of them. I would rather try and no, I know. I know it's Taco Kid. That was a big thing. The day Nico Moreno comes out and says that our club is shambolic is the day everything changes. Unfortunately, that will never happen. I wouldn't say, I mean, like, obviously it would help if people like Nico and Jeremiah like said, like, hey, there's some they've like hinted at, but at the end of the day, the club is their daddies. Like they get their info, they get credentials, they get stuff from the club. So obviously not gonna be completely honest about things. Like let's not joke ourselves about it. I have no skin in the game. The club's never gonna sadly follow me. The club knows about the page's existence, but that sadly, because I've been too honest about things, it's not gonna happen. So, yeah, that's the unfortunate part. This season oh, Jack, welcome, bro. It's been a long time. Jack, welcome to the stream, man. Welcome, welcome. Do you guys want me to see if I can get Brody on the stream? He's in Europe right now, but he did just text me. That was the guy that made me lose my train of thought. Let's see. I can ask Brody if he wants to hop in. We can get Brody's thoughts on it too quickly. Son of a shin. Son of a gun. Yeah, I'm working on it. I texted him. By the way, everybody, if you haven't already, let's smash the like button on the stream. Let's get to 50 likes. We'll give it another 15 more minutes on the stream. How many likes we're at? 16 likes. How many likes over 30? Oh, shoot. I'm seeing myself 16 likes. Oh, man. How many likes over 30? Brody says he cannot join. Shoot. Well, I tried my best, guys. He said because he's in Europe. I know, that's exactly what I mean. The biggest people, wait 1 sec. Okay, here you go. This is a good, here you go. 25 minutes played, returning. Holy shit. Sounded okay, shout out to JJ. Let me see if I can put this on the screen. Open with preview. Let me see if I can put this up somewhere. Give me 1 minute, team. I'm working on this. And you guys let me know. Mm. Okay, open. Oh, shoot. I wanna see if I can, let me see if I can save this to here, 1 minute, guys. I got something really good you guys will like. Okay, there you go. You guys will really enjoy this one. Open with Google Chrome. Uh, if that oh, shit. Nope, 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 nope. God, I'm dropping the ball big time right here. Okay, open with Google Chrome. Alright. You guys let me know what you think of this. Look at this stat. I'll be over a little bit too. Apologies for being in the way. I know I'm the absolute worst. Look at this. This is crazy. How many times are we gonna run it back? That's what I'm asking here. How many times? Sounders, the highest percentile across the league on returning players. It makes sense for clubs like Columbus and LAFC, somewhat for Nashville, Austin, maybe not. Chicago kind of, 'cause they did have a Chicago Fire Standard, they had a really good year, but Jesus, even Inter Miami, this is the team that won MLS Cup. 50 like 60% for the team that won MLS Cup? That's called ambition. Dude, Jack, I know, don't even sweat it. Yeah, I don't want this to be like a shit fest, like, I don't want us to be like, "Oh, well, it's" but, like, it's not what we're about. But, like, yeah, it is tough when people within the club that have, okay, ties with the club, they do, you know, put out certain agendas. I just say it through my opinion, and bro, you are advertising for the club, and the club hates you, so I don't know if the club hates me, I think there's some sectors within the club that like me, but not the entirety of it. It's not a big deal. I'm not here to please people, I'm just here to do what I have to do. Are we still having mic issues, JJ? If you guys don't mind, excuse me. Guys, let me know about the mic. I apologize about that. It's maybe because I was opening up so many tabs, but let me know if the mic is still good. Uh, it sounds like you're underwater sometimes. I think that's purely down to connection. Uh, I think that's purely down to connection, yeah. That is just the internet. Okay, let's read what Brody said. What is up, everybody? Since unfortunately I cannot come on right now, I will leave you all with my thoughts. Happy for Obed. Weibel with another classic botched transfer. At least he actually sold. That's true, guys. Could be worse. Could be in a Liao Chu situation. And Brody's last piece. The player this time. And Rave Green. Oh, okay. Sorry. He continued. Okay, so he said, at least he actually sold the player this time. And Rave Green TV is the greatest channel alive for reporting this correctly this time, despite the usual SAH suspect saying it was BS, then being wrong yet again. And there you go. Jack, it was 3 mil because that is the most money we can make that we can actually use, that can be converted into GAM in one off season. So yeah, appreciate that. And okay, guys, any closing thoughts? Everybody, if you haven't already, like the stream. After the stream is done, drop a comment on it because that helps push it out more and more. We have 10 minutes. We're gonna close it out. I gotta make my bed. I gotta record this other video for you all, and some other things. I have a whole list of stuff I gotta do. So yeah, let's close off with some questions. Any other final thoughts from everybody? We have the pretty much the whole gang's here. Not to reference that SpongeBob meme, the whole gang's here. So, yeah, as Brody said, how love how this is the transitioning question. How cooked are we? From a scale of 1 to cooked, I think we're pretty close to cooked. Who starts in net for you? JJ, is this even the fact that this is even a question of debate is ridiculous to me. Should be Andrew Thomas, no question, no if, buts, or maybes, like just like the Liverpool guy said. No if, buts, or maybes, just absolutes. Andrew Thomas is the best football player I've ever seen. How much longer you think this okay, let me reread that. How much longer you think the returning of the same team each year and Brian being the coach? So, with Brian, I have heard, I don't know how true it is, that okay, well, cheers, Jeff. It's the last year of his contract, but this will be possibly his last year because his contract is over. And I think it might be the last time too. But I think it purely comes down to Brian, like it's all on Brian's accord. It will come down to him, not the club, which I think is kind of stupid, but yeah, I think this could be the last year of Brian. And with that, it kind of goes hand in hand. I think it could be the last year we keep running it back with pretty much the same core squad again for the 2000th time. So, yeah, apparently we've been trying out 2 up top with Moose and Morris. What do you think about that? I don't know why Brian thinks it's like I know I've heard that too. He did that in the what was it, the first leg match against Minnesota? And yeah, Moose missed like 2 pretty good chances. I just don't think Musovski and Morse complement each other. Like let's use a couple examples. Like when Will Bruin and Rui Diaz, we threw the kitchen sink through them up top. It made sense because their play styles, you know, conformed well with each other. But Morris and Musovski, I'm not sure. I think they would be just both be better off. Well, Morris would just, I think, needs to hit the bench, and Musovski just be the lone striker. I think we play better that way. I think we would be better. This is a good point, Jack. I think we'd be better with Dero Musovski up top. I think they are a better complementing strikers of each other than Morris and Musovski. But we also have to think Morris is the second highest paid player in the team, so there's no way we drop him, which is stupid, but it's whatever. We're only trying 2 up top because we need to use Morris or else he's a waste of money. Yeah, that's one way to put it. Do you think this is potentially going to be the worst season in Sounders history? Genuinely, if Pedro doesn't return from even when he recovers, our depth fails us. I really think it can be. I think it can be. I actually thought 2023 could be a season like that post CCL. Didn't end up being the case, but I don't know, man. I don't want to be like a negative Nancy. I think Jack. I think because the West is so weak, I don't think it'll be like anything like we miss playoffs. But it also depends on who we play in these knockout round games, who we play in the first round of the playoffs. I still think we can beat some lesser opponents. The problem is I don't think we have the consistency to be like a supporter shield contender. I don't think we have any shot in CCC. Every team in CCC outside of, the teams from like Panama, the Central American countries, we are far like less superior to. We are inferior to those opponents. And when it comes to MLS Cup, I mean, if we're not even beating Minnesota in the first round now, who were our easiest opponents in the first round in last year's playoffs, and especially with how everyone else is bolstered up, yeah, it is concerning. I uh, I think our best shot maybe is Leagues Cup again because it just purely comes down to being good for a stretch of 7 games. So, Vamos Sounders says 7th place finish. We will shithouse our way to the WCF, then lose Western Conference Final. I think Brian will play Areola a lot this season over Georgie, and if that is the case, then yeah, Georgie's not gonna stay here. He's 100% gonna leave. He's gonna be punching air. You guys think I'm kidding with the analogy I'm using here, but no, he's gonna be so ticked off. We need an Argyle skillful striker to partner with Moose, exactly. Or did you mean Argyle? Or you mean more like, agile, I think is what you meant. Aaron Ramsey is gulagged. We're gonna get bounced by Vancouver and Spokane. Interesting. I like this from Cobb. Criticism is passion and engagement. Passive reporting encourages mediocrity and false impressions that the status quo is acceptable, normal, and lowers the expectations into uh, a ambition-less comptosis? Wait. How do we pronounce that word? Comatose. Is that comatose? Comatose. Yeah, it is comatose. Yeah, that's a good word. Okay. Georgie should leave for his own sake. Thoughts on getting rid of Leva and dude, I forgot all about Josh Atencio. You know what is crazy is, guys? Oh, dude, shout out to Zach for bringing this up. Dude, we made almost as much money from Josh Atencio as we did from Obed Vargas as of now on face value. Isn't that crazy? Oh my god, I forgot all about that. Wow. Wow. That's crazy in total. Those 3 the funny part is Josh, Obed, and Danny were like the prodigy midfield 3. Like, not in regards to them playing to each other, but, like, they both kinda had their own moments and segments in different eras with the Sounders where they were like the next big young midfielder. And in the end, how much did we sell Josh for? Like 1.5, sold Obed for 3, and let's just say Danny for 1. So in total, oh my god, we only sold all 3 of those midfielders for around, let's just give it the benefit of the doubt, 6,000,000. That's bad. Wow. 6 mil for all 3 of those guys is crazy. 6 mil is crazy. Jack said, "To be clear, I think this will objectively be the worst season in club history. If we barely scrape into the playoffs, then horribly crash out in the first round. Chances of that are high." Dude, Wade. Welcome, Wade. I know the sell-on clause is the only saving grace for this. Oh, yeah, Schneider Burnell. I forgot that we have Schneider. Wade, welcome. Hey, guys, let's all do a quick little eulogy for Wade. It's been a long time, Wade. I know you be bouncing around channels. You're still not a member on our channel. It's really heartbreaking. I feel like this is the moment, Wade, where you should become a channel of Rave Green. I mean, a member of Rave Green TV. I think this has to be the time for it. But you know what? I'll let you do you, man. We got 3 mil for Obed. That's how much that's what we're kind of talking about. Uh, how's Atencio been for Colorado? I have no idea. But yeah, I mean, I think we should I mean, we've hit the hour mark, guys. Any final questions, thoughts? Drop your guys' likes. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Everything in between. Anything else you guys want me to close out with? let me know. Yeah, but oh, excuse me. Wow, I'm getting tired. I was out really late last night. What percentage is the sell on? It's not official yet, but people are speculating around 20 to 30%. What realistically are we looking for Obed to be loaned out to? Oh, that's a good question. Probably a lower tier La Liga team. I think it would make the most sense. So I would say that. I think it would make the most sense. But the Portuguese league's cool too. Got a bunch of Porto jerseys right there, so it'd be kind of cool. Still also have Danny's Barca jersey. God, still have that. Doesn't want to tell me what he wants me to do with it. But you already know when it comes around for season previews, the MLS pundits will say Sounders will compete for first in the West. Jack, why are you so freaking right? It's crazy because we never finish first. Granted, one of the years we did finish second by an absolute fluke, in my opinion. I know that's weird to say, but I think we all can agree on that. But yeah, we're never a first place team. The only time we were a first place team was 2014, and we've never been remotely close. To be clear, the actual amount is higher than 3 mil, but 3 mil is the only amount we can actually put towards players, right? Yes, exact. No, the number is 3 mil. 3 mil is the number. It's just as if there's like obviously if when he gets sold, this is future payment on a sell-on clause. Yes, we'll gain more money off of him, but as of now, it is 3 mil. Kind of unrelated, but do you know what MLS is going to do for the World Cup? Like, is the league gonna pause? Or I believe it pauses. So yeah, they just do a pause. Bro, they do it every year. I know, Jack, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, to be fair, there's so many teams you have to cover. It's just an easy, lazy analysis, and that's fine. Obviously, we're the hardcore fans that see the ins and outs of things, so we're a lot more critical. But yeah. Yeah, all right, guys. I think I'm gonna end it there. End of the stream. As I said, everyone be ready. Make sure you have notifications on the videos. 2 videos will be out before the start of the season. When it comes to content, I don't know what I got planned. As I said, channel videos are kind of on the back burner for me. And yeah, I mean, we'll see. If we get bounced out by Vancouver, maybe I'll do something talking about that. Depends on the circumstances there. But as of now, nothing really planned as the season starts. I don't have any big projects planned. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Boys and girls, I appreciate every single one of you from the bottom of my heart. The page has been popping off on Instagram. We have been garnering so much engagement on Instagram. It is absurd. Like, absurd. Like, every post is averaging, like, 1,000 freaking likes. Like, that's insane engagement. I'm gonna try to make maybe, like, a short, like, a YouTube short. Like, guys remember how I used to do so many of those? Like, when I did about when we signed, Pedro? I remember I did talking about the details behind his transfer. I'll probably do something like that for Obed just to help clear up the air and stuff. It's just the problem is so many different reporters are saying like so many like things, like everyone's piecing things together. I will try my best to compile it. If I can work on something, I will do that and make sure to have that out for you all. Um, yes, Charles, it is confirmed. Obed is gone. He is not a Sounders. He is officially an Atletico Madrid player. But yeah, boys and girls, I appreciate you all, and I hope you all have a good night. Drop a like, a comment when this becomes a video. You can comment anything, just saying hi, bye, W, Obed, doesn't really matter. And I hope you all have a lovely night.